Here we go! We are live on YouTube from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, and
North Carolina.
There you go. It is not coffee talk. Oh, I forgot to change the thing up here.
Not.
I forgot to change that. It is, and you guys are all going to be offended. I'm going import. I'm going Heineken with the import. I'm going import. No dude games. It's not coffee. It's beer o'clock.
No coffee. I might need coffee later, though.
Because it's 5 o'clock in Will's time. You know, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. It is literally 5 o'clock in Will's time.
It is.
Yep. It is. It is. Everybody's here, except everybody.
6 o'clock here on the East Coast.
Do you know where your children are?
I do.
See, back in our day, parents never knew where we are, and the news had to come on and remind. Do you remember you have kids? Remember you have kids. Do you know you have kids? Do you know where they are? Because you left them alone all friggin' day. Do you like?
I know where they are because they're eating dinner.
Now, helicopter parents can't leave their kids out of their sight for more than half a second, and they're like, "I'll be with my kids." You know, whereas our day, or at least my day, I don't know about your day, but
you know why, Jeff? You know why? Because in your day, and even back in my day, people didn't have the access to things that they do now. It exposes our children to things like so much earlier, and I'm not prepared to have them venture into the unknown. So, got to keep the leash on for a little while, man.
I just push mine out the door. Get the fuck out.
Get out of here.
Yeah. But unfortunately, they just won't leave because they're lazy. So.
I do agree with dude though. I came from the we don't come in until it gets dark rule. That
correct.
Was when the street light came on.
That is correct.
I needed to be home.
And lunch was just at wherever house we ended up at around the noon time. And there that mother would make us lunch, whether it was, Scott Rockways or Len's or wherever we happened.
You're going back.
Wherever we happened to be at the noon hour, then that mother would make us lunch.
No.
If we, so
sometimes mom made me lunch without my friends there.
Oh, ooh, wow. Yeah, we all came home when the streetlights came on. You got the emotional scars to prove it.
Like
I didn't go Canadian beer. I had it in my hand, but I went Heineken instead. I've got the Wasega beer. So, don't you worry. Do we need to pause the show for a minute so you can log into the D4Q?
No.
Do we need to? Do you want to get on?
I'm just hearing about this though. It sounds like everybody's not playing. I don't know.
Now, Mr. Resin, somewhere up here. What did Mr. Resin say?
The authentication servers were down.
He did say that. I don't remember. Oh yeah, he said the authentication server down, so no one is playing. But my TikTok is full of people playing. If I just go here, if I fire up the talk. And I click live. That's not. No, that's not her. No, that's not one. Nope, 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 that's not one. No, that's not one. Nope, that's not one. Okay, maybe
it sounds like they're not playing.
Maybe I lied. Right before it went live, there were 3 or 4 people.
They were the last few souls.
There were 3 or 4 people playing it before I went live. But now I can't seem to. Ooh, he's playing Modern Warfare. That looked like a cool racing game. All right. I lied to you then. I thought there were some people live on
Dang, and I was gonna talk about how great it's been so far.
Yeah, Crow Resin was saying
that for me, huh?
It was pretty easy, good launch. But our engineers are working to resolve an issue players are encountering when attempting to join the game. Thank you for your continued patience.
I haven't been able to stop putting it down.
I've posted those messages, and really, I'm just having lunch. Yeah, we're working on it. Having lunch. I've told clients that.
You've been in customer service for a while.
I'm working on shit. I'm working on your shit. Of course I am.
Yep. You always have the answer,
Meanwhile, I'm having a windless battle with the wind in my pool today. Wind keeps blowing, shit keeps floating into my pool every hour.
I need to get you one of those retractable covers that you can pull on and pull off. Don't you have an old mower or something that you can just hook up a rope to?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I have a battery powered lawnmower. So, So there we go. Well, thanks everyone for joining. It is the evening edition of Coffee Talk, but it's beer talk. And what are we chatting about? What are we chatting about today?
Let's see.
So this is it. We got going to be throwing around the red flag. Oh, happy Pride, Ryzak. Happy Pride. Happy Pride to Ray.
Why, thank you, Jeff.
Is Ray here? Ray here. Happy Pride to Raymond.
Same back to you.
Happy Pride to Raymond. Anyway, so we got the red flag, and then we got and the second to last. This is probably the second to last week of playoff updates.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because it all could be over, but it could be over by next Saturday.
It'll be over soon.
It might not be over by next Saturday, but we will have to see. And then for apparently for the 5 guesses, I need the chat's help.
Yeah,
I need to, but more on that later.
Yep.
More on that later. All right. So what's up?
You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Don't forget to thank your friends at Wondershare.
Hey, I just spent an hour and a half earlier today editing the introduction to a video in Filmora. And I got graphics and I got sound and I'm cutting shit in and out. I'm throwing in Canadian flags, and I'm throwing in famous YouTubers that you guys have never heard of. It was pretty awesome. And I haven't even gotten to the gameplay yet that I recorded earlier today. So just saying. So yeah, so thanks for Wondershare. If you want to make your videos better, you need Filmora. If you make TikToks, you make clips. Just don't go and make stupid clips. Do them properly. Put some good fun shit in there. Put in the graphics,
Don't make them in TikTok and then copy them and put them in YouTube Shorts with the TikTok logo on there.
Or Instagram Reels. That bothers me. That
one too.
That makes me report
big Jeffy Peeves. That's what they are.
They are. yes, sir.
All right.
Oops. So we didn't talk about the Indy 500 last week.
We did.
I thought it was going to be just it was going to be a non-event, but turned out to be the event of the weekend. So IndyCar is back. It always kicks off with the Indianapolis 500. It'll be in Toronto again this year. It stopped in 2015 and then 21, 22, and now 23. I assume Ricky will be going. Ricky, are you going to the Indy 500? Are you a big Indy guy down there on the lakeshore? Anyways.
So wait a second. Did you say the Indy 500 is going to be run in Toronto?
No, the IndyCar series.
Oh, the IndyCar series. Okay.
IndyCar series. I may have
got you.
IndyCar series will be.
I was about to say that's pretty cool. I didn't know that they were like a traveling circus now.
That would be cool. No, do you know how big the Indy is? And if you don't, we will get to that later. Anyways, so the end of the race had to be one of the weirdest races I'd ever seen. So right near the end, there was an accident, and we'll get to the red flag and the controversy that. But before that, the car smashed, and then the tire flew over the crowd and hit a parked car and smashed a parked car. Never seen that. Never seen a tire fly not only into the crowd because they got barriers and stuff, so people don't get hit, but it flew over the stadium and hit a parked car. I think you have a graphic of that. Graphic. We'll get to that after. But what was the controversy is that. So the Indianapolis 500 is 500 of your miles. And when you get to 500, it's done. That's it. NASCAR has the red, green, has the red, white, green. So you go and then you do another 3 laps. So you get to the green, white, green, checkered, excuse me. And, but this doesn't have it. This is just, you get to 500 miles and you're done. So what happened was the accident happened. There was a restart and they were at 499 miles. So there was 1 lap to go and that was it.
Yep.
That was
it. On that lap, I think the guy that won, overtook the guy that was in the lead on the start of the lap. And then that was it. He didn't have any time to catch up. So
that's it.
Of course he's upset, right? Like, that's not fair. I only had one lap to try to do something. I think he was quoted saying, but
yeah.
this isn't the first time though, Jeff, right?
third and 4 years, there's been red flag controversy. I thought after the first couple they might have addressed it, but now it's been 3 and 4 years. Like, are they going to address this? Are they going to come adopt the NASCAR type thing? Who knows? But
as somebody who can't stand when referees control the end of a game, this has that feeling for racing. I imagine
it's not, but the ref, it's the rules. These are the rules. They knew the rules. He knew the rule. This is not an arbitrary referee decision. It's just that's what it is. 1 lap to go, 1 mile to go. Boom, you're done.
Yeah.
I think so. It's a little different, but yeah.
Well, it just it adds to a growing list of just kind of controversies within open wheel racing, because I know there were some questions about the championship for the past 2 years with like Verstappen, and it's
Diggs, if you went to a race in Montreal, it was probably F1.
F1. That might be the one that I saw set up.
F1 is in Montreal. The Indy is in here. You would have seen the Indy if you were here, because they barricade down by the lakeshore.
This is that picture that you were talking about there. In the top picture in the red circle is the tire flying over the barricade and over the crowd, narrowly missing the crowd, and then slamming into the front of that white car that you see all those people around in the bottom one. So that's like, what is that, a Final Destination?
I saw some TikTok. I saw some TikToks right after it happened. People were there live, just filming.
I bet
filming this car all mangled
very
up.
Final Destination. I think they were at a car race in one of the movies, if I'm not mistaken, and this happened.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Exactly. So there you go. Yeah. So great fun. That's what's great about sports. You just never know what the hell is going to happen in this case it's a race, but still.
And I think that this is important, because this is not just any race, any speedway, right?
No,
I mean, this is Indy. No. This is the brick road. This is this is history 500. and the grounds that, yes, we'll talk about later, but the grounds are so big. I mean, the party that they have this week, not even a weekend, like the whole week of Indy is a huge party. So it's not just a small event for something like this to happen, which is why everybody's kind of chatting about it, saying, hey, 4 years, three of these red flag finishes, like what gives? Do we need to look at this? So
Indianapolis 500, Daytona, and maybe now the F1 in Vegas, your 3 biggest races, big American races.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, I would say so for sure. Yeah, Talladega maybe.
There's a lot of other races. Daytona and Indy does a bunch of lots of races, but the Daytona 500, the Indianapolis 500, they're two of the big. People have heard of them. They may not have heard of Talladega, except that maybe that movie. If it hadn't been for that movie, probably nobody would even know about it, right? Yeah. So, how many people watch NASCAR?
Depends on where you live, I guess.
I guess it does. You're in the South.
I don't watch it. I mean, I used to when I was a kid, but I'm in the South, so a lot of people talk about it, So they're like, "Hey, did you see what the 44 car did?" I'm like, "No, I don't watch it." What do you do on Sundays? Family shit. Like, back in what do you do on Sundays? You sit around and watch cars go in a circle or an oval? Oh, okay.
Left turns. They drive left turns.
Yeah, all lefts. So.
All left turns. I was always a big Jeffrey Michael Gordon fan, because we shared the initials.
Yeah,
that's where the JMG comes from.
Hey man, he was lights out, right? And then there was a motocross racer that I watched that I followed for a while too, that was like winning everything at the same time as Jeff Gordon. That was a good time for racing. Just in general. I mean, Tony Stewart on the scene, and he's doing all the other. I mean, he ran an Indy, didn't he? Didn't he run Indy and Daytona in the same weekend or something like that?
Probably.
Like back-to-back weekends. Maybe they're not in the same weekend, but I remember he like flew in on a helicopter somewhere.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So, good marketing. That was before internet. That was back before social media and doing shit, right? So
yeah.
But
those guys.
But anyways, good time. Dale Earnhardt, senior, not even junior.
Right.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday
homeboy.
to Happy
Happy 63rd
birthday, dear Sega!
birthday to
Sega!
Sega.
No, it's Sega. You got to say it like
Maybe
that.
for you. For me,
That's how
it's Sega.
No, Sega. It's
Maybe.
Sega.
Maybe.
All right, maybe. I
Well,
don't know.
Sega has changed hands a few times over the years. The original adopters of the company that owned Sega eventually sold it, and then one of those guys stayed as like a creative director when it was sold again. But it's changed hands around 3 times, and they started off in kind of the coin-based world with some coin-based games. Got real into the coin-based thing after the war. These owners went to Asian countries and like did a lot of research on all these coin-based machines, slot machines, things of that nature. And so they found that there was a need for this entertainment after the war, right after World War II. So in the 50s, they put out these pinball machines, right? These things were called Diamond Stars. And you would find these all over the place. This was what Sega did first. So pretty cool that
One-armed
you know,
bandits.
they got into those Coinbase things. They went in like in the 70s, late 60s, and then the 70s. They were doing a lot of different Coinbase things, jukeboxes. They got into pinball games, right? The photo booths, I think, were the thing that started after the jukebox machines.
They were big in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, right?
Yeah. So Coinbase, that was the way they wanted to make money on all this coin-based entertainment. And then, the arcade scene started picking up, right?
Yeah.
And so they got into the scene there with Periscope, which I've played. I remember playing it at like an auction that my parents were at. They had like one of those little game rooms off to the side, and this was in there. It was a classic, and it used a peripheral, right? Some of the other games and things that they were supporting had peripherals, guns and things of that nature. So they were repairing a lot of these things. So pretty interesting to see the evolution of what they were into. And that kind of really opened their door into the game space, like the video game space. So there was this arcade game, Head On. I didn't play this one. I don't know if you did or not.
I was thinking. So back in the day, we used to go 2 hours north, actually 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours near where my dad used to grow up. And there was a place we used to stay at, Balm Beach, Ontario. And the arcade is actually still there. And I remember playing. Yeah, the arcade is still there. So there were pinball machines. I believe this game was there. If I could, but I could be mistaken. Could be the Alzheimer's.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I had never seen this one when I was looking into all this stuff. Of course, Frogger, right? So Pac-Man's a huge success. Video games are really being put out there now. Sega comes up with the idea of Frogger. So we start to see the Frogger come to life. Zaxxon, this is my favorite game that I had for my ColecoVision. It was kind of the first side-scrolling shooter that I remember, like airplane shooter. And it was more diagonal. It wasn't really like side to side. So Zaxxon. And then they forge into the console space, right? So this SG-1000, I never played this one. And then you had the Master System, and then what Jeff is holding there, that old 16-bit beauty itself, the Sega Genesis. Is that sealed, or is that just?
Oh no. I play it. It's in here.
Yeah. Okay.
I have played this on Retro Gaming Friday night. I actually I have Risk. I just picked up Risk for the Sega Genesis. I will be firing that up.
I pulled this up earlier, and there was a Sega Genesis on eBay for like $268 refurbished, and it's still iconic, right? So then there was some other ones that kind of came out. We start seeing like this after the Saturn. There was like the Sega CD, right? The laser disc thing kind of came a trend there for a little while. There were a couple of others. The Dreamcast was in there, but one of the ones that I missed in the timeline, but still relevant, was the portable space, the Sega Game Gear. right? I loved this thing. It was color, right? So it was to rival the Game Boy, that was only black and white at the time. I remember playing Streets of Rage on this thing. I remember playing Sonic on this thing. Like it was just in my hand, so cool. I want to say it was 8 batteries, if I'm not mistaken, 4 on each side, or maybe it was 6, 3 on each side. But it was just a hell of a ton of battery. But it was awesome. And how big do you think that screen was? Like 5 inches, 4 inches? Well, I mean, it wasn't like a big, huge screen. Most of that's plastic.
That's like 1p. that's like 1p. That's what I can see.
And it was crazy too, because like the buttons 1 and 2, right? So you're going through the game. You're so used to playing it, pushing A now, or B, and then you see 1 and 2. So anyway, 63 years of Sega. Pretty crazy. I was trying to think of like my favorite game that I would have played on Sega.
Rudig's already said Sonic was his favorite.
He said Sonic was his favorite, and then he said Wonder Boy and Monsterland was a big game growing up for him too.
Yeah. I don't know if I have a favorite.
I mean, obviously the Sonic games were big, right? But I'm going to say Ridge Racer. I'm going to say Ridge Racer was my game because I got it with my Genesis, and it was kind of the first racing game like that I had played, in a sense. Like, it was F1 pole position, or it was Ivan Iron Man Stort's off-road championship. Like, it wasn't anything like Ridge Racer.
So, if Will's still here, we'd love to know what his favorite Sega game is, or Crow, or Bruce. I do. I'm just looking at my Sega games. If I had to pick one, Troy Aikman football, featuring the greatest quarterback to ever play the game. Maybe second Genesis only, and followed closely by the second greatest football player to ever play the game, Deion Sanders football, both of which I have.
I was going to say the Genesis is where I first played Madden.
Do I have a Madden for the? Yeah, I have to have a Madden for the.
Yeah, it was John Madden football.
I'm just looking over there.
And the players didn't have names yet, remember? And they were all white until I think 94. Didn't we learn that in that Netflix documentary? That there was that guy that worked there and was like, hey, we need to change some skin color on these guys.
Speaking of Netflix documentaries, if I can sidebar for just a second.
Yes.
It was just announced today. It was just August 23rd, my mother's 91st birthday. Netflix is coming out on with a special documentary on the 2006 to 2009 Florida Gators.
Wow.
They had
Aaron Hernandez, Tim Tebow, Percy Harvin.
Cam Newton was on there before he switched over. There are some good names on that. Yeah.
And that was all coached by one
Urban Meyer.
There you go.
Yes, that is going to
down in the swamp.
That is going to probably be more than adequate.
Yeah,
probably be more than adequate. I can't say any other word, but it probably more than adequate. Pole position, very dirty names. Says.
I mean, looking at those games in the back there, like I played a lot of those. Those Shinobi games were always a lot of fun. The Streets of Rage game you see down there, I remember that on the Game Gear more than anything. I think.
Yeah.
Toe Jam and Earl. Yeah, it's good times. And what you had A, B, and C, right? A, B, and C on the controller.
Yeah, and then whatever this one back here is like Y or Z or something. Yeah. He says just looking at. He says looking at the controller in the box in the box that's on top of the other box. So.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh, look who's here. Mr. Bayram
what's up, Paul?
Mr. Bayram is here. That's right. We're drinking Toe Jam and Earl is another one.
Happy birthday to you. All right.
Yep.
Happy birthday, Sega.
Happy birthday, Sega.
Oh, dang, Jeff. It messed up.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, we showing everything.
Oh dear.
Should have checked it before we left. Should have checked it before we left, Jeff.
Folks, things work in the production meeting, and then when you go live, things just don't always work the way they did in the production meeting. Just saying.
They do.
Don't you hate Ricky does a show. He knows in the production meetings he has before his shows, and then when you go live. Oh, loved your Game Gear. Yeah, Game Gear. Yeah, very adequate. Yep.
I don't know.
I thought there was a paywall to see everything. No. Only the Speedo shots for Raymond are behind the paywall. Uh-oh, what happened?
Sucks. Oh. Yep. I'm trying to see if I fixed it. I didn't fix it, I don't think.
Uh-oh. Well, shit happens. We're just gonna.
Hey, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take that offline real quick.
All right.
And then we're gonna come look at this guy. So what? What's going on, Jeff?
Ryzak, I gotta entertain like a monkey. I have to be the monkey and entertain the crowd. Ryzak, it worked in the production. I swear to God, folks, it worked in the production meeting.
I swear it was working just a minute ago.
The production meeting, but
here we go.
It's
fixed. I don't know what I did, but it's fixed. So we can go on to the playoff update.
All right, you got to
because I know everybody's super excited about the playoff update. Each week, that's what they come.
Ryzak's screen is here. There we go. Keep calm. It's playoff time. All right, we're down to 4 teams in 2 sports.
4 teams in 2 deportes. I was trying to think of what sports was in Spanish. All right. Who will win the Stanley Cup, Jeff? Is it going to be the Vegas Golden Knights or is it going to be the Florida Panthers?
I don't know. 2 good teams. I don't know. Vegas has been there a bunch recently. They've been playing well over the last few years. Florida's Florida. I don't know. It's going to be, I don't know. I really don't know. So this one's a flip a coin, I think. So
Vegas Knights story is pretty cool because they were just made a franchise a few years ago, right? And their very first year as a franchise, they went to the Stanley Cup Finals. Do you know who it was against?
Boston.
Nope, it was the Washington Capitals. Good guess though. It was still an Eastern team.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's when Ovechkin won his first one.
That was Ovechkin, right?
So and then he was running around. They had running around drunk with the Stanley Cup
right.
place.
They had done that like franchise draft, and all of the teams had to like make players available for the expansion draft, right? And they did a really good job of selecting players, selecting contracts, making trades, like doing stuff. They had enough assets available to them in that first year that they were able to get from the other teams that they put it all together and they made a hell of a run, right? And they've still been good. They've still been relevant, but they haven't quite gotten back to that until this year. But now that team that they were has now matured, right? So they're a very, very good hockey team. Florida is they were the best team in the league last year, right? They had the best record in the league last year, lost in the playoffs, disappointing, but they learned a lot from it. And then they go out and they add Matthew Tkachuk, who, by some arguments is a top 10 player in the NHL, right? He has been lights out in the playoffs, helped them sweep the Carolina Hurricanes, right? Like he's playing at an all-time high level. And that team that was the best team in the league last year added him, and they found their identity at the right time. This is going to be an awesome, awesome hockey final. If you're a hockey fan and you actually like the X's and O's of hockey, this is going to be a phenomenal series. So kicks off tonight, right?
Starts tonight.
Yep. So
probably
stuff.
Like an hour.
Down to two. So who are you going for? You going for Vegas?
Florida beat Toronto, so I guess I got to go. I guess I got to go Florida.
Yeah, I got to go Florida too because they took out the Canes. So I will as well be rooting for Florida, which means Vegas will probably win. So hey,
and so Vegas Golden Knights, is this when Vegas actually started becoming a sports powerhouse? Were they
pretty much?
Because now everybody's going to Vegas. Before
in the professional scene, right? In the professional scene, because think about college basketball in the '90s. You had UNLV.
You did.
And there's a lot of controversy around UNLV. There's a lot of stories about that time at UNLV.
Rest in peace,
there was a lot of stuff going on there just with college basketball, but that's not professional. Even though those guys
they have this. They got the NBA Sun. Yeah, they got a team, hockey team. Now
the football team. You're talking baseball now. You got the WNBA. The races. We talked about this the other week, right? Like there's just a ton of shit. NBA Summer League,
NBA
college
Summer
championship
League,
game.
like
boxing matches, UFC fights. You got damn Britney Spears on the Strip. Jeff Janak home makeover down there at the Caesars Palace.
Britney Spears is stripping. Nice. Okay.
Maybe.
Excellent.
Probably. Just watch her Instagram.
Okay. Cool. All right.
There you go. So we'll see.
There you go.
Larry O'Brien Trophy. That is NBA's prized hardware. The Denver Nuggets are closer to that than the Heat are with a 1-0 lead. It wasn't really much of a game, was it?
No, not really. Crow Resin is voting for the Denver now, as I put down in the thing. Crow wants Denver to win. So
yeah,
you thought they were too strong to beat the Heat. I think the Heat's just too tired because they were the play-in team. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe they can rebound.
Yeah. Maybe
they can rebound.
I mean, if there's a team that's going to do it, it's them, right? They were a play-in team. They've upset the number 1 seed. They upset the number 2 seed. Like they're playing really good basketball. So we shall see. What do you think of this comment?
Rudik thinks if they could field a team with local talent, that way cities would invest more. Yeah, but then you're penalizing the really good kids who don't live in a town that that doesn't live in a town that's got a pro sports team.
And you would have areas like New York that would just have more stable to choose from than anywhere else.
Correct.
On sheer numbers alone. So
correct. Then North Dakota. Look at North Dakota.
I like the idea though. I like the idea of the hometown build.
North Dakota State, they bring in players from all over. They're a powerhouse in D2. So
in hockey,
nice
hockey
and football, and college football. They're good in D2 college football. So, they had that quarterback guy, number 2 in the draft.
The quarterback guy.
Carson somebody.
Carson somebody.
So
Johnny
there you go.
Carson.
There you go. So
who do you have going? Denver? You think Denver's gonna get it done?
I do. Yeah. I don't really care. Miami Heat though, they got former Toronto Raptor Kyle Lowry, and so it'd be good for him to get another ring because he got one in 2019 with my Toronto Raptors.
I'm not sure if you heard this rumor about Kyle Lowry or not, but apparently he has a very soft derriere. It's a little squishy.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Apparently
I squeezed it. Don't remember that, but okay.
That's a rumor on the scene. And then I can't remember exactly who it was, but somebody was sitting courtside and he fell into their lap and they tweeted, it's true. He's got a very soft posterior. And I was like, man, good on you, dude. I got a bony ass, so I don't know what that would feel like.
There you go. Mine's pure muscle.
Have a pillow to sit down on every time. That would be great. Oh, Jeffy, that is it for the playoff update. We are rolling today, man. Look at us, 6:32. You wanted to start early.
We even went live early because we were like ready to go. It's like, all right, let's go. We started a minute or two early. Unlike those other shows that it's after the hour and they still haven't done their 5-minute countdown, which bothers
maybe
me.
not.
But anyways,
I don't know those shows.
So, anyways, did you hear about stuff? I hear about.
Did you hear about?
I heard about this.
This bit here, right? So,
I heard about this.
Pictured here is a longtime referee, NBA referee Eric Lewis. Okay, and there are some accusations out there that he was using a burner Twitter account to comment on people's criticisms of he and his colleagues refereeing abilities during games. Why is this a big deal? Because
you're not allowed to.
Is strictly prohibited.
You're not allowed to.
And there was it Brian Colangelo when he was the Philadelphia 76ers GM? It was either Jerry or Brian Colangelo, one of the Colangelos. he was fired or he resigned or whatever because it was found that he and his wife had burner accounts criticizing the players on their own team.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kevin Durant is very famous for having multiple burner accounts to
Allegedly.
kind of talk trash back and forth. I thought he admitted to it.
Well, maybe, but we'll go
I thought he
allegedly.
admitted to it. But this is like a big no-no. And if you look into who Eric Lewis is, right? I mean, he's a longtime referee. He's actually one of the most highly regarded referees when you look at the statistics that the referees follow and the feedback, the player feedback that they get. He is one of the most highly respected that are currently employed, right? I don't know the exact number, but he's up there, right? So it's a shock.
And he would have been coaching. He would have met the criteria. He would have been coaching in the NBA Finals, but he's not now. So
yeah, or refereeing, you mean?
Or refereeing, but I say coaching.
Yeah, refereeing, because he was going to be one of the finals referees. So
he would have been.
He was asked to go home during the last series, and nobody's really heard from him since. But this is kind of a big deal.
I think the Twitter account
also just because it's in the NBA.
I think the Twitter account still exists.
What I read said that it was deleted, so maybe it is.
Maybe it is, maybe it's not.
There's a lot of controversy with referees in the past around the gambling stuff, right? I can't remember the guy's last name. It was Tim something, but he had wrote like a tell-all book about, things, shaving games, making calls here, making calls there. So if you and I would like to give him the benefit of the doubt that he is a very straight-laced guy, was defending himself in honor of his comrades, whatever.
Yep.
Goes by the book, does the right thing, doesn't do it bad. But look, when you are responsible for upholding the integrity and the rules of an event, right? Whether you're the referee of, any sport, whether you are, a police officer out in the field trying to do what they need to do, a judge in a courtroom, whatever it is, if you have the ability to make a decision, a teacher,
Yes.
a doctor, whatever it is, if you have the ability to do that, you're kind of held to a different level than everybody else because you can't think for yourself. You have to think for the good of what it is. You have to think about what it is. And I know that's very hard, which is why we see a lot of people fail at doing that. But man.
Yeah, but
referee's a tough job. I don't know if I'd want to be a ref.
But who of us hasn't created a fake account to comment on something we've done or to insult other people? Who of us have not done that?
I have created a fake account when I was a kid on the AOL days. Yep.
See, there you go. You go. And just to address, it's not the countdown that I dislike because, I do a 10-minute countdown before my shows, but I start my 10-minute countdown 10 minutes before the show. It's not that it's 8:01, I'm going live at 8, then you start a 5-minute countdown. That is what bothers me because if you say you're going live at 8, go live at 8, not 8:02.
What?
Not 8:0. Don't start a 5-minute countdown then. Carly's here. Carly!
No, they let the little dog back in because she was scratching at the door.
Anyways, that's my little.
She won't leave my side, so.
No, cute little doggy. All right, Eric.
I hope I hope it's found that he did not actually do it, so he can get his job back and continue on doing great work.
It's been doing it 19 years. Maybe it's time for him to pack it in. And,
maybe so. Maybe so.
Maybe it's time
kind
for
of like
him
our
just,
government.
Just kind of pack it in. Here we go.
You were talking about this earlier. Go.
I did. Yeah. So we were talking about the Indy earlier. So this is the Indy Motor Speedway. And look how ginormous it is. According to Joe, who I've been loving Joe. Joe's been doing some awesome tweets. Churchill Downs, Yankee Stadium, the Rose Bowl, the Taj Mahal, the White House, Liberty Island, the Roman Coliseum, and Vatican City. 300,000 people. It's the world's biggest single-day sports event. Look at that. Look how.
And where's the race?
It's all around.
Yeah. Yep. So imagine this infield.
500 laps.
This infield right here, right where you see all of these different coliseums and stadiums and landmarks. There you go.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
That is a big ass party.
It is filled with motorhomes.
There's motorhomes. There's a stage. There is concessions. There's like a big fire pit, bonfire, like there, and then not to mention the garage area where all of the cars go, pit road, all of their team like trailers, and it's insane. It is insane. So
that it is
huge area. I did not realize, I guess on sheer like area, that a mile could fit this much into it. And I say that because it's a mile of a circle, right?
It's 2.2 kilometers. That's pretty long.
It's impressive to see. Now, what's up in the top left? Is that Vatican City, like all of that up in there?
It could be.
Yeah, I can see the piece now. Okay.
I didn't make the graphic.
And there's still room to spare.
Uh-huh.
You could still have your party up there in the top left.
You still could. Party with the Pope. Party with the Pope.
Do you guys have anything this big in
God no.
Canada?
God no. Just the ice fields up in the Nunavut, Northwest Territories.
Do you know how long the road course is in Toronto when they do it? Do you know how long the course is? I mean, it's through your streets, so it's a little bit different because it's occupied space. But
yeah, it winds through what we call Exhibition Place.
Is it like a 2 mile lap, a mile lap? Do you know, or a kilometer? Like, I don't know how you do it.
Well, it's international, so it would be kilometers. I do not know. That is one I do not know. Oh, what happened to Ryzak? Uh-oh. What happened?
I don't know.
What happened? What happened
to
you?
Kicked me out.
I did not even touch anything. I'm not even
slammed the door in my face.
Not even touching the mouse. All right.
Said, I'll teach you to talk shit about our kilometers. Boom.
I do not know how big the course is. It used to be fun. The day before, like the Thursday, and they would have the barricades up, and so of course that was one of the routes I used to take when I'd go to Toronto. If I was not on the highway, and the barricades are up, you're like, I'm on the Indy.
Do they leave that up year round?
They do not.
Because we were there.
No, it goes up.
We were there for July 4th.
Goes up and goes down.
So it would have been the beginning of July, and they still had some of the walls and some of the fence on that road that's by the water. I don't know what the road is, Jeff. Just work with me here.
Lakeshore. The race is usually in July, so they would have been doing some setup. Okay. They still got to leave the road usable until the event begins. Correct. The road closes on the Friday.
Okay, so that's pretty cool. So we were there right before it happened. So that's interesting.
Yep.
And Vegas is going to have their own facility for their race, right? Like they're actually building something in the desert.
They're building all sorts of shit. We talked about that last week. They spent how many millions on just paving, just paving alone. And every week I see some other video, some other stat of something else that they're doing in Vegas, and the millions they're spending on just whatever that is, right?
Yeah.
Whatever piece it is. So yeah.
Hey, Kylian Mbappe. Kylian.
I'm sorry. You're breaking up. I'm sorry. I'm breaking. I think I'm going in a tunnel.
Jeff, I want you to take a good look at this young man right here. He is 24 years old, and he is arguably the best soccer player in the world. Okay, Kylian Mbappe. He plays for the French national team, right? And he plays for PSG. And so he just picked up his 4th straight League One Player of the Year. And they won their 6th League One title. So crazy. 24 years old. He's won a World Cup. He won like the Golden Boot in the World Cup. International stud. 24 years old. He's more decorated than anybody I know at his age in soccer outside of maybe like the great Pele or that Sir dude up in England. What's his name? Paul probably knows who I'm talking about, the old Man U guy. Anyway, Mbappe, Jeff, he is the shit. All right.
I got nothing.
He's the shit.
I got nothing.
So,
there he is. What sport is this?
Football.
Oh, American football?
Nope, football.
American football?
Nope, just football.
Not familiar with him. Football. Yeah, I got nothing.
He's crazy
All right.
good. I mean, it's just on sure athletics alone, just as an admirer of athletics, Jeff. I mean, he is such a phenomenal athlete.
You were just talking to Paul. You were just
It's
talking to
crazy.
Paul. You were having a
Crazy.
private conversation with Paul. I mean,
he's playing with guys, 10, 15 years, his senior guys that have gone through some intense battles. I mean, he's been playing competitive soccer since he was probably, old enough to walk, but I mean, he's 24 years old. Think about NBA players, NFL players that are 24 years old. Some of these rookies come out of the NFL in 24 years. And they still have so much work to do to get to a Super Bowl chance, an opportunity, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's won 4 Player of the Year awards. I mean, it's just insane. So it's like LeBron James of soccer. It's on that level. So anyway, Mbappe. Congrats to Mbappe.
Sure.
This one, Jeff, I threw in here because I just think that it's chaotic and it needs to be chatted about, right? So there was a beauty pageant. Okay. Girl won. The girl that got second place, her husband got super pissed off. He ran up onto the stage, grabbed the crown off of the winner's head when they put it on and slammed it on the ground and smashed it.
See, I guess Rudiggs and I would have a hard time understanding this because beauty pageants and things aren't big here, right? But they're huge down in your country. Right, girls start at what, like 5
people are
years
professionals.
Old?
Yeah,
like they start at like 5 years old. Yeah, just 5 years old, doing pageants, and like we just don't have that here. So this is just a concept that someone like Ricky and I, maybe even Paul, we just don't get. This is just one of those American things we just don't get.
And I have to think about like the husband here, right? Because he is so invested in what his wife was doing that he felt personally attacked when she lost, that he ran onto the stage. Now, there could be some lingering things outside. Maybe they have something going on in the past, there's some bad blood, but still, man, like this dude assaulted this girl. He ran up on stage and ripped something off of her and then destroyed it.
So, we're no big goon security guy there to protect the young ladies. No, and
I mean, where's the AR-15?
Yeah, that's what you guys like that kind of stuff. But
yeah, we're all about the AR-15s.
Apparently,
it's the new militia weapon.
Good guys with guns, better than bad guys with guns.
I don't know if they're good guys all the time, Jeff.
But yeah, see, this is just a concept that we did the whole beauty pageant thing. We just don't get up here.
It's crazy.
So whenever I watch Miss Universe, they're like, Miss Canada is such and such. Really? We have a Miss Canada? I always wonder who she is because I never see a pageant. I never hear of, such and such. Well, Riley Lowe was named Miss Canada. I was like, oh, we have Miss Canada? I always put that on to see who our Canadian representative is because I've probably never heard of her.
Let me paint this picture for you. These are adults. This shit happens to little kids.
I know.
There was a show on TV here. I don't know if it made it your way, but it was called Dance Moms.
I think it was on one of the channels, but I don't think I subscribed to that channel. We have a lot of those other. We have a lot of stupid channels, and some of them we subscribed to, some of them we didn't subscribe to. So I remember hearing about it.
It's a lady that owns a dance studio, and she holds these girls to like such a high standard, but all the moms bitch at each other, and like there's like physical fights and shouting. It's trash TV at its finest, right?
Yeah.
But it's real. Like it's very real. We've seen it in sports with kids.
Oh God, yeah.
Like we've seen it all the time
bad. In hockey. The hockey moms up here are they're just crazy.
And this is the example that some get set for them. So it's a shame. It's a shame. So hopefully they righted everything. That girl gets her crown back because
Carly
probably worked hard.
Riley never wanted to be a pageant princess.
No, I told you. I think a couple of weeks back she had gotten a letter in the mail telling her that she had been selected for some North Carolina thing. But I think all that shit is scams. So we didn't inquire about it. So I think that. I care more about what is inside her head than what's on the outside of it. You know what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong, my daughter's beautiful. She's a beautiful girl, but I wouldn't want her to be known for just being a pretty girl. You know,
Ricky says his wife Hannah watches Dad's Moms.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. They are ruthless sometimes. And you know, a lot of that stuff gets made up for TV, Jeff, as you well know, right? And they edit out things to make it, you
that's
know,
all
yeah.
real. It's all
Yeah. But
none
still,
of that
it's
is scripted or
insane.
edited.
I couldn't imagine like being signed up on a show. Jeff and I are sitting there in the waiting room, and I'm like, "What do you think she's saying to her?" And you're like, "I don't know, but she sucks anyway, so it really doesn't matter." And I'm like, "What are you talking about, Jeff? You talking shit about my kid?" "Yeah, I'm talking shit about your kid." Like, and then that's the TV show. Like, it's so stupid.
Yep.
Oh
yeah.
man, but I've watched it. I admit I have watched
it. Must be on like Slice, or is it on like that Slice or something?
Oh
ridiculous?
man, what channel did it used to be on?
Well, it doesn't matter. It'd probably be on Slice or one of those other channels I don't get. I don't subscribe to those, so I only get like 30 channels for my, and between CNBC and comedy and this and that. My 30 run out pretty quick. So
you guys have like a Canadian broadcasting company?
We do.
What is it called?
The CBC, the Canadian Broadcasting Company.
Oh, that's legit the name of it?
Corporation, but yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, corporation.
That's hilarious. I just pulled that out of my ass.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a couple of. Yeah, we have a couple.
Hey, kind of tragic news here in a sense.
So yeah, SPG
dark
mentioned,
take on the show.
SPG mentioned this. He goes, during my stream on Wednesday, he goes, "I got to DM you something." This is what he DM'd me. This is right in the middle of my stream. He interrupts my stream and sends me this.
Yeah, so I don't know a lot to the story. I know that there's quite a few women that kind of came forward and said some pretty grotesque things, but I don't know a lot of the details. Look, if it's true and he's convicted and it goes through the process, then gets everything that he deserves, right? Like you do the deed, you gotta face the chin music when it comes your way, but also feel for the victims, right? Especially as a dad, like I know they were all younger, and there was some courting that was going on, from what I understand. So, not good.
I will admit something, and you guys can judge me. I never really watched that 70s show. So I know that it had that other guy.
I've seen it. I know who everybody is, right? But I didn't religiously watch it.
You could put flash pictures on the screen, and I would probably get maybe one or two. Like I think the parents are old, and they were like famous people. They've done a bunch of shit, but I don't know their names. And I think
there was Topher, the main guy, right? Topher Grace, is that his name? And then his girlfriend, the redhead, she's in Orange is the New Black. I don't know her name.
I don't know. I don't even watch.
Do you know what Orange is the New Black is? It's on Netflix.
I do not. It's about the prison or something, right?
Yeah. The women's prison.
Women prison. That's all I know.
And then you had Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis, who are now married, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay. And then Danny Masterson and
Ashton Kutcher. I could probably pick him out of the crowd. The rest of them, I couldn't tell you any of their names.
Do you know Ashton Kutcher more for his movies and entertainment presence, or for the stuff that he's done in crypto and tech?
Oh no, I know him from 2.5 Men.
Movies, TV. Okay.
2.5 Men.
Gotcha.
2.5 Men. That's
filling in for the old Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
Well, tough topic for some, I know, but hey, is what it is. If he did it, he absolutely needs to face the music. So
it's what we.
I hope those victims find some solace in a decision. Yeah. This is a big story, Jeff. I saved it for last.
This is breaking.
This could have had a whole slide to itself, to be quite honest with you. And some of our friends not in America or that don't pay attention to American football may not give a crap about this, but Shannon Sharpe is a Hall of Fame tight end who played for the Denver Broncos. He played for the Baltimore Ravens. He is the brother of Sterling Sharpe, who is a well-known Green Bay Packers wide receiver. He has had quite a career in broadcasting since he left the NFL. He's had quite a few shows on ESPN, Fox. For the past several years, he's teamed up with Skip Bayless, who's a controversial sports guy. Used to do First Take.
Excuse me. He's awesome.
He used to do First Take with Stephen A. Smith. He's a Cowboys fan, which is why Jeff loves him.
That's why he's awesome. Love me to Skippy.
His takes are dry and provocative. He is the Don Cherry of the NFL, and without the suit. And so there was some news a while back where I guess Skip had said something about a player, about Shannon Sharpe, and Shannon did not take well to it, stormed off the stage. They went through the weekend. He came back on Monday, but it's been brewing and it's been festering, and enough is enough. And he's done. He's left the show.
He's going to finish out the NBA playoffs. Once the NBA
going to finish out the playoffs, and then he's done. Right.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of conversation about this because of some different mental and social aspects that have unfolded before the public's eye. Right. You witnessed a man be bullied in a sense. You witnessed a man be put in a position that he had to be emotional to defend himself. You have a man who doesn't think that he's really done anything wrong because he was just speaking to his colleague. There's a lot of different ways to see and feel about all of this. But what I wanted to ask you, now that I have set all of that up, is do you think that this is for the best?
For the show or for him?
Either way.
Well, we don't know. It's actually quite funny that, and it's not funny that we brought it up, but Ray asked me about this the other day when we were in Cyborg City. Shout out to the Cyborg City and the great community Ray has built over there. He said, what's going to happen to him? Is he going to end up at Espen? So is it the best for him? Is he going to end up over on ESPN? ESPN has been really shaking it up. Now they're getting rid of some on air. They're bringing over Pat McAfee, and they're paying him a boatload of money. They're getting rid of Max Kellerman. Well, they're not getting rid of, but his show is going to be replaced in the afternoon with McAfee's show. So does he have another offer? Is he going to go to Barstool? Is he going to go to ESPN? Is he going to go do his own thing? So I don't think we can answer, is it good for him or the show yet?
I think he's got some teenage kids right now too, right? If I'm not mistaken, I think he's got some teenage kids that are playing sports and doing some things too. So maybe this comes at a time for him where he just needs to step back for a second too.
Maybe. Right? He has not announced what's happening. He just, So we don't know. Give it 6 months, give it 3 months. Maybe he shows up on ESPN. Maybe he goes to work at Barstool. Maybe he ends up doing his own podcast. Like Stephen A's he's got the First Take and he's got the ESPN stuff, and he's also doing his own podcast. Maybe he's going to team up with his brother to do NFL on Sirius. Who really knows? And then what's going to happen to Skip? Is he going to continue? Is he going to bring in someone else to yell at him? Sometimes I'd be watching, I might be watching PTI, or I might be watching this or whatnot. And, people in my house, we were like, why are there people yelling at each other on my TV? Why are there people yelling on my TV? Because that's all they do, right?
They're very animated.
Yeah. So I don't know if we can answer that question yet. That's why I asked you for the show or for him. I don't think we can answer either one yet. If Skip goes off and does something else,
I read today that Stephen A. Smith has already said that he'd be willing to work with Skip Bayless again. I think that's hilarious because he doesn't like working with JJ Redick, I guess. But let me take it a different route here.
Where did he go to school, JJ Redick? He went to college
Fluke,
somewhere. Did he not?
Fluke University.
Did he not go to college somewhere?
I've told you my JJ Redick story, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, JJ Redick went to high school in Virginia, and his high school played my high school in the quarterfinals of the state championship. They won, and JJ Redick scored like 67 points or something like that. It was ridiculous. He single-handedly beat the team. So, yeah, JJ Redick is a kind of a high school god in Virginia. So.
Bit of a sore spot for the Ryzak getting trounced.
I mean, I wasn't playing, so you know.
You're 6'4". Why weren't you playing basketball?
Is what it is. Long story, Jeff. Long story.
Okay.
I wish
you weren't 6'4" in high school.
I wasn't 6'4" when I started out. So
okay, cool. All right. Anyways, so
when I started my freshman year of high school, I was 4'10" and 95 pounds.
Nice.
Not really. I was like the smallest kid.
Now look at you.
Yeah. Yep.
6'4", blue eyes, muscles.
Nope, brown eyes.
215. What's that song
muscles.
from Men at Work? Is it 6'4" and full of muscles? Is that the?
It's not me.
That's not you. All right.
Not at all. So let me take this a different route. Let me ask you this.
Anyways, Steven and Skip, just two other people yelling at each other. I don't know.
Not that.
Oh.
It's about Shannon, right?
Oh,
so
right.
If you remember a couple of months back, didn't he have an on-court outburst with Ja Morant's dad at a Lakers game, and he had to be restrained?
He had something at a Lakers game, yes.
Right. And then there was the blow up with Skip, and now there's this. Is there any concern for Shannon Sharp?
Oh, you went a different way. Maybe. It's a good point. Maybe. Or is he just, there's just been a lot, was he, I don't know.
Sometimes when things happen in our lives and we're faced with challenges and we don't succeed at those challenges, right? They get the better of us. We learn fast. We learn from those mistakes. We kind of blossom, mature, harden, grow. And he came out and apologized the right way, I thought, for it happening.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You never want to get in that situation, but it happens sometimes. Sometimes we get mad, right? Sometimes things happen. But I thought he handled it the right way. I think that he's wise. I think that he's sharp, no pun intended, but he was also a football player. And so I worry about the brain, Jeff. I worry about the actions and the trends and things repeating themselves. So I just hope that I'm wrong and he's got total control over what's going on, right?
I think he's going to come because I think he's going to take the summer off, and I think in the fall he's going to end up somewhere. Whether
get
he's
through a football season, watch some football, and then
I don't even think so. I think he's going to end up somewhere for this upcoming fall season, whether it's college or pros. He'll do some college game day. Maybe he'll do something else somewhere else. I could see him either. I could see him either at Espen or Barstool.
With them wanting to expand the NFL outside of the U.S., right, and have these 4 European teams that they've flirted about, you would have to have coverage for all of that. You would have to be able to bring the news flow to a new audience, and maybe there's some NFL things for him. Down the line.
Maybe. Yeah, I didn't even think of NFL Network. He could end up getting a job on the NFL Network. Now they've had their own staff reductions too, so.
And I don't want to take away from his other stuff he talks about. I like Shannon Sharp. I think that he does a really good job, bringing some points to some things. When he first started off, I was like, he's kind of a bozo, but he's really, really struck me sometimes. It put me in my place for thinking like that. So he's got a good look on things, good outlook. I like Shannon. I hope he does well. So.
He could end up on the NFL Network doing some stuff. He could end up Barstool or Espen or Espen.
He could. There's even more opportunities now with Twitter doing their thing.
Yeah.
So all right,
yes,
Jeff,
sir.
I've got a good one for you today. All right. Excellent. So kind of switching some things up here the past couple of weeks, you and me, not doing our traditional just 5 guesses at a list thing. So I have pulled up a list of 171 trivia questions.
Oh Oh my God.
Knowing me, I'm a trivia guy, right? I love trivia, and you were on Game Over, so I know you love trivia too. So you can probably get most of these, Jeff. You probably can. Some of them, however, are going to have a very American theme. So if we get an American question and you get it wrong, I'm not going to hold it against you. Okay? You get 5 wrong. Okay? You get 5 wrong. That's how we're playing this, and you've got to get 10 right. So either 5 wrong or 10 right, whatever happens first.
Oh dear God. Okay.
All right. So you pick a number between 1 and 171, and then I'm going to read that question.
All right, guys, in the chat, I need to go. You guys are going to have to throw me some numbers. I'm going to let you guys. I'm going to pick my first number. I am going to go with my number on the back of my jersey in MLB 23, 71.
71. All right. Let's see.
71.
Here we go. You ready?
What are the top? Is it like sports, or is it movies, or is it just
it's general
pot,
trivia?
A potpourri. It could be a little bit of something.
General trivia. That's why I'm leaving it totally random to you to just pick a number, and then that's the question we're gonna do, because they're all split up all over the place.
Okay. So they're
all right. So 71. All right.
Yeah.
The question is, what is the longest above water mountain range? And I'll give you a hint. There is a candy. What is the longest above water mountain range?
Are there mountain ranges below water?
I guess so. Learning stuff on this show.
I'm sorry. The way you know it's above up there.
You know this was educational.
What kind of show is this?
Yes, and it is a candy as well.
I need a new graphic.
Candy named after the mountain crow. You're right. And it's not Baby Ruth. Good, Jeff. You're good. What is the longest above water mountain range that's also a candy?
God. The first one that came to mind, which is the one I'm going to go with, but I don't know if it's a candy, is I'm going to say the Himalayas.
The Himalayas. Final answer, Jeff?
It is.
That's not the correct answer.
I even updated the graphic with a wrong because I knew it wasn't right.
Yep, not the correct answer. The correct answer is the Andes. The Andes mints. You don't know what Andes mints are? Little chocolate candies. All right. Well, there you go. I guess I should have given you a hint. The Andes.
Does Crow know the? Okay. All right.
I don't know. We're gonna find out. But that was the first one.
All right.
All right, Jeff. Reaver said 17. Do you want to go with 17?
Sure.
All right. This question is going to be about space. Ooh. So I want to give you a second to get yourself in a space, an astronomical
I don't know anything about your Space Force.
It's not about our Space Force. It's about a planet, Jeff. It's about a planet, okay? This question, number 17, says, which planet has
Pluto.
The most gravity? And I will give you a hint. It is not Earth.
When were these questions written? Recently?
These questions were written in
June
2nd of 2023, yesterday.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's relative. So it can't be Pluto, because Pluto is no longer a planet, according to the World Astronomical Association.
I'm going to give you one more hint, and then I'm not going to do it again.
I don't want another hint.
Which planet has the most gravity?
That's not a hint. No, it's not.
I should just. They might all have gravity. Which one has the most?
I don't know. I am going to say Saturn.
Final answer?
Yeah.
No? Yes?
Yeah.
The correct answer is not Saturn, Jeff, and it's beautiful rings, but it is the largest planet in Jupiter.
I was thinking. I was going back and forth between that and Uranus.
And that's
Jupiter wasn't even.
and that's why I was trying to give you the most thing, because it's the biggest planet, so it's got the most of it, right? All right. You got it now. And Crow, yes, mints are considered candy when they're chocolate Andes mints. Yes.
Crow, he's just making up the rules.
All right. 2 wrong. We are going to get this turned around, Jeff. I need a number.
Crow,
give me a number. Not 71.
Give me a number, Crow. Crow, give me a number. And Ricky,
little dice roll, little Diablo dice roll. What do you got?
What level are you in Diablo? What's your Diablo level?
Oh, he's got to be 50.
He was 48 when he went to bed.
He's got to be a 50.
He's got to be 50.
I think I'm like 35.
Nice.
I think.
Nice. Paul, we need a number too.
50. Yeah, we need a number. What do we need?
Paul, let's go, Paul. All right, let's go 35 then, since that's your Diablo number.
35. All right. Let's see.
Should I just go right now and punch in the wrong? Should I just update the graphic now?
Ooh, this one might be a tough one, Jeff. This one might be a tough one.
Because the others were so easy.
What didn't you tell me that your dad used to work on like the ships back in the war? He used to bang the rivets in. Yeah. All right, that's not going to help you with this question at all.
I was not there.
What is the tiny piece at the end of a shoelace called?
A sniglet. Or niglet.
Is that your final answer?
Singlet.
Jeff, I'm giving it to you because you are so close. It's an aglet.
Aglet. It was something like that.
Yes, go Jeff.
I knew it was.
All right,
I knew it was something. I knew it was something like that.
I am giving it to you. Yes. One correct and 2 wrong. All right. You're on your way. See, I told you. Crow Resin said he is level 51. So is that your next question?
Might as well, yeah.
All right, here we go.
And then it looks like
Jeff, 10. You might get this one actually. Right off the bat. What is the highest grossing Broadway show of all time?
Could be Cats. Oh, there could be so many of them. They all have long runs. Could be Cats. It could be Phantom.
There's one that was really, really popular recently, actually, like in the last 20 years.
Yeah, I'm going to say The Lion King.
Is that your final answer, Jeff?
I only give one answer. Yes.
Jeff, you're right. It's The Lion King. I figured you'd get that one. That one wasn't bad. All right. So 2 up and 2 down. All right. So we need another number here, Jeff.
I think what's Paul level 10?
He said he's currently level 10. You want to go with 10?
Yeah, he's a level 10. Let's go.
All right, Jeff. Which planet? Oh, we're going back into space. Space. Which planet is the hottest in the solar system? And hot might not be temperature. It might be sexy. Just saying.
Oh, well, in that case, it'd be Pluto. If we're talking sexy, it's Pluto. But it's no longer a planet. So
the hottest planet.
Thanks to our boy Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'm gonna go with Uranus. I think it's hotter.
Uranus? It's hot in Uranus?
It's hot in Uranus.
Well, it's too bad that you said that, because that's not it. The correct answer is Venus.
Oh, Venus.
The hottest planet, Jeff. Venus.
I am your Venus.
Yes. There
something.
You go. Shaving your legs.
It's pool season. I should probably do that.
Oh, man.
I should probably.
All right. You are on your way here, Jeff, to failure.
I am.
What is your next number?
Said my mother every day of my school life.
Let's go something over 100, Jeff. How about that?
All right. What was the maximum? Highest number? What was it?
171.
Let's do 171.
Ooh, we're gonna go to the last question on the list.
He's gonna scroll. Gonna scroll all the way down.
All right. Ooh, you ready?
I am.
Wow, Jeff, you might actually get this one.
Oh dear God.
What three? Okay, Hollywood movies. Hollywood
All right.
entertainment.
Okay.
What three movies share the title for winner of the most Oscar awards? Three movies, most Oscar awards. They're tied with the same amount. What three movies?
Say that again.
Okay. What three movies share
Yes.
the title for winner of the most Oscars? So these three movies have.
Okay, sorry. I got
Anybody
focused on.
else?
You said title. I was thinking the title of the movie.
The
That's
title,
where I
yeah,
was.
They share the title, like the belt, the championship.
I
right?
was thinking title of the movie.
Yep,
That's
yep,
where
yep.
that's why I was confused.
Yep. And I want to give you one hint, Jeff. Not that I know if you need it or not, but one old movie and two more modern movies. And modern last 30 years.
Yeah. I want to say Titanic.
That's one.
As one. Yeah.
I'm gonna give you it because right off the bat.
Yeah, I had to say Titanic. Because it's not just best picture, it's best sound,
right?
And art.
Yeah, it could be anything.
All
right?
these other dumb awards. I want to think that Avatar won a shit ton of them too. No, all right. I thought they won a shit ton of the. So you got your Titanic.
Yep, Titanic. Old movie, Jeff. Old. What's like the most popular? Sand, slaves,
10 Commandments?
Close, but not quite.
Oh.
Old movie.
Ben-Hur?
Kirk Douglas.
Ben-Hur?
No, he's not in that movie. You were right. What did you say?
Ben-Hur? 10 Commandments.
Ben-Hur.
Oh, Ben-Hur.
Yep.
Ben-Hur, really?
Yep.
I didn't know what you meant by old, because that could have been like the 80s.
Old, like old.
That could have been the 80s.
Color was like just becoming a thing.
Yeah.
The world was black and white until Ben-Hur.
Not Avatar, eh? Okay.
Not Avatar, no. But there is one more modern movie, and it's a part of a series, Jeff. I'll give you that hint.
Ooh, part of a series.
Mm-hmm. A trilogy, if you will.
Wouldn't be Fast and the Furious.
No, because there's more than three.
And they don't win awards. I'm going to go Back to the Future.
Nope. The Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
Really?
Yeah, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, Ben-Hur, and Titanic all share the title for winner of most Oscars.
Really? I would have thought Avatar won more than Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Lord of the Rings was pretty hyped up there for a while. So, well, there you go. All right. So we're 2 and 4. You're close, Jeff. Close.
Yeah, I know.
What do you got? Give me a number. Too bad the old Purple Haze isn't here. She'd give you a number.
I know. All right, let's go 150.
150. All right, give me a second.
150.
All right. So let's see. That is. Yep. All right. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Oh, man, Jeff. You're just nailing these questions now. What is the highest grossing movie of all time?
Is it Titanic?
Nope. You get 3 guesses. Come on. You've already said it, but it wasn't one of the answers before.
Avatar?
Avatar.
Is it really?
It is. Yep.
See, I have, and it's not this question. I have a problem. We've talked about this before. I have a problem with that because movies cost more now. Right? So you don't have to spell as many tickets as you did in the 70s.
Well, there's more movie theaters and there's more people and more people go to the movies. More people are doing extracurricular things now than they did in the 60s. You know, people are outside and having picnics and enjoying the weather, like not worrying about what movie came out on Friday night.
I know. And it costs more money now. What's a ticket cost? Like 15,
it's like $18 right now, I think.
Yeah, so you don't have to be
for us, so it's probably 30 for you.
Yeah, $10 more. As Crow says, it's $10 more. Just add 10.
$10 more, except for Diablo.
Mm-hmm. 130 Canadian pesos for that Ultra Edition thing you guys got. Ask Bruce about that.
I did not get the big one. I got the medium one. Okay. So mine was 94.
Okay. That's still,
And you know what? That extra $20 was totally worth it because I've had so much fun the past 2 days. It's unbelievable.
I was watching you the last couple of nights. You were just killing it. And then Crow jumped in to help you out just for funds, which is
Jeffy,
fun.
one more. Come on, one more.
Rue Diggs, I need a number. Rue Diggs, give us a number between 1 and 173.
171.
But 171, that's not any of the numbers we've already given. If you give one of those numbers. So no 10, no 17, no 71,
171,
no 50.
151.
34, his age. Nice.
34. Here we go. All right,
30.
Jeff. Is this going to be your final question?
Yes.
How many bones do sharks have, Jeff?
What the fuck? What a stupid question is that?
Oh! How many bones do sharks have?
Oh, hold on. I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. Just give me a second. I have to mute.
They say sharks do not have bones. This category also
I'm going to go with 0.
fish and skates.
Oh, that's correct. That's 0.
Okay, Google. Thank you.
Oh, hey, man. You're resourceful. That's all that means, right? Oh, jeez. Oh, my God. All right. I'm going to pick one for you, Jeff. Here we go.
Okay.
I'm going to pick 81.
All right.
Because I was born in 1981. Here we go. What year was the landmark civil and LGBTQ plus rights case Obergefell versus Hodges ruled on? I'll read it again. I can speak. Hold on. Whew. Okay. What year was the landmark civil and LGBTQ plus rights case Obergefell versus Hodges ruled on? And I'll give you a hint. It was in a year in the last 10.
Well, I was going to guess that because that is not one we studied in school.
Right?
It is not one we studied in school.
Yeah, no.
Many cases in school. That was not one of them.
This was
I don't even think we studied a lot of civil cases, a lot of civil rights cases.
A landmark LGBTQ plus case.
Yeah.
Last 10 years. Give me a year.
I probably have the review article. It's probably in one of my review articles that's in the thing over in the other room. 2019.
Final answer, Jeff?
Mm-hmm.
It was 2015.
Ah.
There you go. There you go. That's the last one, Jeff. All done. 2015. I don't know what that case. I mean, I imagine you would refer to it as Obergefell. I hope I'm saying that right. Obergefell.
Yeah, sounds good.
Obergefell.
I can go into
versus Hodges.
I can go into Westlaw and I can pull it out. If you really want to know.
I just wish I had better pronunciation of names, especially when I announce the soccer teams. I hate when I screw up a kid's name. I'll say it and I can hear them on the field. That's not how you say it, jackass. Sorry, kid, you didn't come tell me. You didn't spell it out phonetically.
Don't you go to the coach and just confirm the kid's name?
No, the coaches don't do that stuff. They don't have time.
Oh, they don't have time for that.
They're down on the field warming up the teams. It's all I can do to get a roster from them.
Don't they have a PR guy?
No, they not as good as that.
You guys don't have a PR guy? Anyways.
No PR guy. I am the PR. Well, my wife is the PR lady. So yeah, there's that. But Jeff, this was fun. We almost ran an hour and a half, and I actually thought we were going too fast. So Good stuff. Did you finish your beer? I got this like ginormous can. I'm almost done. Getting there. What are we reading?
Landmark
share with the group.
Landmark LGBTQ.
You're going to tell us about it? Was it in the US, I imagine?
I'm just doing a quick Google. I'll have to log into Westlaw and
Right.
And pull the details, and then I can
Obergefell. Obergefell.
And then I can write you I can write you, just like in school. I would
like you to write your dissertation on Obergefell versus Hodges 2015.
Oh my
and
God,
I would like you to have a thesis statement.
Oh my God! You know how much of that? You know how much of that shit I've written? How much of that shit you got to write in school? Oh my God! How many times you got to take a thing and you got to dissect it, and then
I don't want to do that.
Sometimes you got to write a dissenting opinion, and dude, you have no idea.
You guys had Retro Rewind last week, so no Retro Rewind this week. Now that Diablo is out, you've lost everybody. So
I have.
What are you going to do this week, Jeff?
So stage 3 of Sea of Thieves, thanks to our friends
in the community.
In the Sea of Thieves community, there is an entire blog post that's like this long. There was like 53 images you had to gather and put together and try to figure out the clue.
Wow.
Dedication. As of like last Friday or something, like they hadn't solved it yet. Then I forget when I discovered they solved it. So shout out to our friends at Real Thief who helped solve it, them in the community.
Like it.
So anyway, I do. Not solving the puzzle, but doing the thing. So Sea of Thieves.
I was saying Monday. I like it.
Oh yeah, Sea of Thieves on Monday with Bibble Mac and the kids formerly known as the Dum Dums. And then Wednesday is a can't miss episode of Wednesday community play. It is going to be me in MLB 23 versus the Doctor, taking on the Certified Doctor.
Wow!
Because you play the MLB Wednesday if you want to play with us.
Is the Certified Doctor? Is this his return to game nights?
Well, he dropped in. He was with us. He was with us last week. Remember him and SPG joined.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. I forgot we were even on stream. We were just playing.
I am kicking myself. I didn't get over fast enough to see Doc jump off the building and hit SPG on the ground. I missed that. But anyways, so you play MLB. If you're kicking around Wednesday night, we could jump in and maybe find someone else. Maybe we can do a 2v2. We can play 2v2, or you can play.
I could announce the game for you guys.
You could. You could certainly
be the announcer.
Or you can play Doc too. You play the Diamond Destiny, right?
I think I like the idea of being the announcer.
Okay. All right. If you're free, you want to do that. We may
because it's Doc and I know I can talk shit about him. It'll be fun.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, and then back to something retro on Friday night. Might be Superman if I can win. If I can beat that one boss off screen, I'm gonna have to do it off screen because I can't spend 2 hours and I couldn't do it last week. So either that or I'll fire up something else.
I got you.
And then I've got, as I told you, I've got a game to do a review on, a baseball game.
That's right.
Written by a company that I have had negative feelings towards.
Yep. This is going to be interesting.
So MLB 23 is up here. So this game has to beat that or else.
Well,
every other sentence will be it is not MLB 23.
I hope it satisfies your. I hope that you go into it not zeroing in on that you're gonna not like it. Like, don't go into it.
Already am.
Oh, come on. Already am. You got to give it a fair shake.
And finally, I need to thank my friends at. Thing weighs a fucking ton. at PlayStation Canada. I got one of these.
You're holding that thing like it's your third child.
I might like this more than the two of them upstairs.
Oh my gosh, you stop.
As you can see, I have had it for 24 hours. What time is it? More than that. It showed up sometime yesterday afternoon. And I still haven't opened it. Still haven't even opened it yet.
I don't understand. Like there's no way I could let something sit there without opening it.
Yeah, well, I gotta move shit around to put it away. I gotta wire.
Well, let me know what game you're gonna play. And
I don't know what game I'm gonna play.
I don't even know if mine turns on still. I haven't played it in like.
I don't even know
months.
what game. I don't know what game I'm gonna play yet. I'll have to see.
Well,
I did get the review copy of this for the review. I did get it on the Switch because I thought when I'm working out and stuff, it's one. But yes, I have TV right there, and yes, I could probably do it on the PlayStation 5. But I thought it'd probably be more fun on the Switch, especially when playing a baseball game.
I hope it works out for you, and I hope you can give them some constructive feedback, Jeff, and not just be a troll.
Well, I've given said company constructive feedback before, and they're basically like, yeah, you're wrong. We know how to make a game, you don't. And they tell that to everybody. And then you send them clips and like, really, this piece of shit? And they're like, yeah. So we'll see. We will see. What are you doing this week? What are the kids doing?
I got a busy week this week actually with work. I have Monday through Thursday, I'm giving a training for 3 hours a day to a group of people.
Nice.
And between doing that and trying to get some Diablo played, I have my daughter's end of the season soccer party on Friday night. And I'm going to be either going up to Virginia Thursday night or Sunday night to see my parents. I haven't decided yet. So my mom is going to be having some surgery in a couple of weeks. So need to go and give some love and help my dad with some things around the house. But it's 4-hour drive. So it's just not with our schedule.
Make sure you're still in the will.
Yeah, well, you even made a comment about how busy I am today when we were chatting, right? Like it's hard to carve out 4 hours to drive up and 4 hours to drive back. You know what I mean? When we're just very, very busy people. But I don't want to be too busy for my parents. You know what I mean? So I wish that we could get them a little bit closer to us, and we might in a couple of years. We've got a 3-year plan. So.
To move back to Virginia. Nice.
No. Them coming down this way. Shit, I'll never go back there. Forget that. So, no, I want to be as far away from that big city life as possible, man. I wish I had like 50 acres and an ATV. So, yeah, 4-hour drive is a big commitment, but it's got to be done. It's got to be done. When Mama asks, you go take care of Mama. You know what I mean, Jeff.
That's why we move closer to them.
Yep.
That's why we move closer to them. So I see them. Three, 4 times a week.
Yep. Outside of that, we're just trying to get the final touches on our trip to England because that's coming up in about a month and a week. So getting closer. Graduation parties coming up. End of the school year's in a week and a half. Like
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
nice.
Good times. But as always, sir, it was lovely to chat with you, and thank you for changing times to accommodate my crazy life. And
we're probably going to have to do this in a couple of weeks because there is a game swap, a local game swap, and I'm going to be there with my gear, and I'm going to be talking to the people in the crowd, and I'm going to be asking them, what does retro mean to them? And I'm going to film them with their permission, of course. There is a waiver they will need to sign.
So what, you don't want to do it like Jimmy Kimmel style, where I'm home in the studio and you're out in the field like Guillermo, like interviewing all these people? No.
I don't know if I don't know if there's going to be internet. So
hey, you want to be on live YouTube? Here you go.
But yeah, I wrote
Paul
I
said,
wrote. Oh,
whereabouts in England am I going? So we're starting in London, right? We're flying into Heathrow. We're going to stay in London.
Maybe you can meet up with Paul.
Maybe we're staying in London for a few days, and then we're going to Liverpool for a few days, and then we're eventually going to end up in Dublin in Ireland. So my daughter is playing soccer in London. She's playing soccer in Liverpool, and she's playing soccer in Dublin.
Wow.
So we'll be there for 10 days, Paul. So if any of that is anywhere near you, let me know. I'm going to be on a big tour bus with a bunch of Yankees, a bunch of Americans, but I have no problem going off the beaten path.
Should be easy to spot you guys.
It should be easy to spot me. Yes. Yeah. So
and remember, when you travel internationally as good Americans, should I send you some Canadian flag pins? I should send you some Canadian flag pins.
Am I supposed to wear an American pin?
No, you have to wear Canadian ones, because if you say that you're American, people will treat you differently than if you say you're Canadian.
Really?
If you say you're Canadian, they will treat you.
I'm hoping that when I show up there with my long hair and I'm 6'4", they're going to look at me and be like, Michael Jordan.
No. If you wear I got some Canadian flags. I can send you a Canadian flag. I can send you some pins that you guys can all wear. If you say you're Canadian, they will treat you way differently.
We're a part of like a group that's got everything planned out for us. But the cool thing is that my wife is, her parents are English. She's been back to England a few times, and so she's working right now. That first day that we get there, so we're gonna fly in at like 7:15 in the morning, right? Because we're taking a red eye, so we're sleeping all night on the plane. When we get there, she's contemplating jumping on a train and going to Paris for the first day while we're there, because we're so close. Like, when's the next time we're going to get back there, right? Like, we have our kids with us, our whole family. But we just found out today that the time of year we're going, the price is jack way up, right? So I don't know if it's going to work, but it would be a cool thought, right? Like, we were thinking we'd be able to hop on a train for $60, but it's like $200 now. So I don't know. It'd be like another $1,000 for us to do that for a day. And I don't know if that's worth it, Jeff.
It is.
Is it?
It is.
Just to go stand there at the Eiffel Tower and have like lunch and then turn around and come back?
Well, you can go up it. I went up it.
Don't you have to schedule that thing?
Maybe now. I went when I was 9. I
went
in 1989. So you probably didn't. But yeah, you probably have to do that shit now. But yeah, imagine the content. Oh, the content. Yeah. The content.
So I haven't decided if I'm going to document the trip or not. I haven't thought about it.
You should.
Well, because I don't know that I want to spend all my time behind the camera. I want to enjoy it with my family too. You know what I mean? And I feel like that would put me in a headspace of needing to have my camera up all the time.
I don't understand. No.
I don't. Sorry. I can't vlog everything, So
you put a bunch of words together. They individually understood them, but you put them together in a sentence. You put them together in such a way that it didn't make any sense. But you individually understood each of those words. I understand each word, but you strung them together.
When you went to France, he started his life. You were the start to his life by you going to France. You motivated his parents to get it on. They were like, "Oh, the city of love." Wah, wah.
There was a woman that was at the hostel.
Oh, you stop it! There was
this woman at the hostel. Oh,
ouch! I don't know that I've ever heard Jeff do a mom joke before. That was the closest thing I've heard to Jeff doing a mom joke. Damn, that was dark as shit. Oh man! All right, we should probably wrap up before we get ourselves in trouble here.
Probably, I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go for.
I got Diablo to play, so
I do not. I might go for a walk. I might go for a bike ride.
Nice.
Maybe I'll open a PlayStation 5. Maybe I'll open up. SPG is still SPG. Didn't get to pick a number. SPG did not pick a number. He's not playing Diablo either.
I don't know how I feel anymore, Papa.
No, you were born in '89, so that it's impossible. He was born in '89, so I'm just saying. Yeah,
just saying.
Well, but Jeff, if he was my son, he would have learned about daylight savings time long before last year.
Oh God, biggest waste of time ever.
Yeah. So, Mr. Bayram never answered your question about where he is vis-a-vis where you're going to be. So we'll have to wait and see. I'll bug him. Maybe he'll DM you. Maybe he'll slide into your DM.
He knows how to find me.
So you better get on. I think the queue's over. There's no queue, and you can get into Diablo. I want you to be level 50 before you go to sleep.
I'm going to try to be level 50 before the end of tomorrow night. That's my goal.
All right.
So I'm hoping that I'll get into like the mid 40s tonight, and then that'll give me a good last 5 push tomorrow. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Ooh, sneak attack on a wild Ryzak sounds kind of kinky. I like it. Oh man!
So we'll be back at 9 a.m. next week, folks.
Next week, bright and early.
Enjoy the rest. I'm out of beer. I have to go.
Maybe I'll make some crepes. Coffee and crepes with Ryzak and Jeff.
Next week.
Maybe.
All right. There's a great place. I could do an on location at the great place next week.
Nice.
And then I could.
I like it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not going to talk about SPG. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys. See ya.